interviewing Stacy Ham, who is an architect for a university. So, I've always wanted to be an architect, but do you have to draw? Because I'm not very good at drawing.
I'm not a great drawer either, but you do have to know about how to draw lines and geometry and math, and so you don't have to be a great artist, but just be able to know how to draw lines and squares and shapes. I like to use the computer a lot. That for me is a lot easier because it keeps everything straight and even, and you can use a CAD program to draw, and then you can just draw a line, and then it keeps track of how long it is. So I like it that it all keeps track. And so like,
so would this really, since it doesn't look like very much, would it really just be like,
it tells you how long it is in real life, like you can measure it. And so this is, in this drawing, it's 27 feet. Even though it doesn't look like that,
wow,
I just drew a 27-foot line. And so you can keep track. Ow. And then if you want to draw it straight up, like let's say your wall's 10 foot high, like I can type in 10 feet. And then that's how tall that would be.
Wow.
So if I want my line to be 2 foot higher, you can just do offset, 2 feet, and then it makes it exactly. See? So you don't even have to draw with your hand. You can just know all these little commands, and then it makes it.
Wow.
You build it how you see it. Sometimes you do have to draw with your hand because this project I was working with. They want to do a whole remodel of this space, and I printed off what I designed first because I drew it up on here. But when you go to talk to them, you have to be able to sketch. And sketching just, is a quick little drawing because I don't have my computer with me to draw it while they're talking. So it's good to just kind of know how to draw while you talk. So see how I kind of just drew. They wanted their desk more like curved like that, not how I drew it in the program. So drawing just simple things is a good thing to also know, just because you have to listen to people and how they want to change it, because you're always going to be changing your drawings. It's not always the first time what you draw. They'll say, no, I don't want that, I want that curved, no, I want my wall like that.
Did you go to university? What type of degree would I need to have for this job?
I went to the University of Utah, and to be an architect you have to have, in Utah you have to have a master's of architecture, and so that is, once you get your bachelor's, you go to college for 4 years, and then a master's is 2 more years. And so I went 2 more years, so it was like 6 years, and then I got my degree. But then I'm a crazy person because then I went back for another 2 years, and I got a business degree, so an MBA on top of that. And so it was 8 years total. And I finally was done and didn't ever want to go back.
What class in university is most helpful to you now?
Basic design, you learn about shapes and color and layout of how big to make spaces. That was really helpful.
Oh, my mom says it's rude to talk about money, so instead, let's play a game.
Okay.
So you said you went to 8 years in university, right?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I had your job, could I afford an apartment, a house, a mansion, or a super amazing castle?
A house.
Tickling topaz, that's a lot of money.
Well, as an architect, I could also design super amazing castles.
Wow. So, do you only get to design the outside of the building?
I get to also do the inside, and that's probably the most fun, where you get to pick, these are samples of some of the flooring tiles, and so I'll help the interior designer select the color that we want for that building, and so I think that's really fun. Another project, I helped design a playground, so that is outside, but it's like an outside fun place. So these are just samples of different color patterns.
Kind of like this one?
Yeah, this is the little sample block, and then these are the color choices. And so we had to make up because you could have any mixture that you want of these colors. And so we did 50% gray, I think 25% this yellow, and then 25% that one, the teal. And so then it made this mixture, and then we got to look at it. And then it was the flooring for the playground area. And then if you look over here, we have these color boards. And I work with the interior designers for this. It was a daycare. And so I'll work with them to select the colors that we want for each of the rooms, and then the carpet. So these are the paint colors, and these are like the countertop colors, and then these are all the carpet.
We designed this. Hey, this is the stuff we saw in our office. Yeah, it's cool to see it go from design to playground. Drawings we saw in your office turned into buildings like this?
Yes, and on this project, I am the project manager, and this is a project where we're taking out all of these windows, and we're going to replace them with new window frames that will fit, and you can see at the very far end, a stained glass window. So all this will end up being stained glass. This is just one stained glass piece of this project that you'll see that is under construction right now that I'm helping to design and project manage. But this is just the stained glass example of it.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
I'm going to add architect to my job list.
Great.
We hope we have added one more job to your cool job list. So stay in school, because the sky has no limits when you take charge of your own future. If you like this episode, please subscribe. Tune in again to see more jobs, because we'll be busy wiggling and worming our way into cool jobs so that you can find your dream job.